Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, training facilitator and coach with Grant Cardone. I'm bringing you weekly sales solutions, sales tips, sales strategies, sales mindsets, and a couple attitude adjustments thrown in there for good measure directly from the 10X world of Grant Cardone. Check this out. 80% of what we do at Cardone Training Technologies is 100% free. So the purpose of the podcast is to make sure the free stuff we're putting down, you're picking it up and you're plugging it into your sales, your business, and your life. So thanks in advance for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're getting some value from it, please make sure you share this out into the cyberspace. Now today is Wednesday, which means what? It means it's time for the Wednesday word. Those of you that have already been here for a hot minute, number one, thank you for being here for a hot minute. And two, you know what this is. First timers, let me tell you a little bit about the Wednesday word. I'm going to crack open a dictionary. I got this nice long list. I keep adding to it of success-themed and motivated words. And what I want to do, first lesson I learned from Grant Cardone, selling is a conversation. Power comes from the words that you use. So let's make sure we understand these words and what kind of wisdom can we pull from them. The hashtag of the Wednesday word is Wednesday wisdom. So how do we take these words and use them in our sales, our business, and our life and get more results from them? Today's word is a very sales-centric word. Today's word, short of closing. Today's word, short of closing, is the most valuable skill any one of us could or should develop. You ready? Today's word is prospect. Yes, today's word is prospect. Now, prospect is an interesting word because not only is it short of closing, hands down, the most valuable skill you could develop as a sales professional, it's a noun and it's a verb. So let's go over the noun first, then we'll do the verb, then we'll talk about the etymology, the history of the word, and then we're going to get into what to do about it. Okay, the noun. Definition of prospect: the possibility or likelihood of some future event occurring. In a sentence, there was no prospect of a reconciliation. Next definition, noun. A person regarded as likely to succeed or as a potential customer, client, etc. In a sentence, clients deemed likely prospects for active party membership. Third definition, an extensive view of a landscape. A viewpoint, in a sentence, a viewpoint commanding a magnificent prospect of the estuary. Convenient, considering where I live, Morro Bay. We have an amazing estuary. And there's a rock you can go stand on. Not the rock, but there's another rock with a magnificent prospect of the estuary. So some synonyms to the noun version of prospect: command, lookout, outlook, panorama, perspective, view, vista. Now the verb, something that you would do, would be to search for mineral deposits in a place, especially by means of experimental drilling or excavation. In a sentence, the company is also prospecting for gold. When you think about prospecting and gold, and you think about, I live in California. I grew up here, and so we had California history and the miners and the miner 49ers and paying for gold and prospecting. And then the next definition, a little less or a little more ambiguous, same idea though, is to look out for, to search for. Salespeople looking for prospects. The responsibilities of a salesperson to prospect for customers. That's using that in a sentence, and that's right out of the dictionary. So some synonyms to that would be explore, hunt, probe, search. Yeah. So, why do we even use that word? What's the history of it? How did prospect come to mean look, outlook, search, hunt, probe, perspective, view? How did all that happen? Well, it's from late Middle English. And it was a noun that was denoting or describing the action of looking out towards a distant object. And so it originates from Latin, prospectus, meaning view, from prospercere, if I said that right, prospercere, sure, why not, meaning look forward though. So when you split that word up, pro means forward. Specere, I don't know, I don't speak Latin. Specere. But spectacle means to look. And then early use of this word referring to like a landscape, it then gave rise to a mental picture, which then came into an anticipated event. I think that's fascinating to me, right? But it's forward looking, basically. Prospect, forward looking. Little relevant when it comes to sales. Wouldn't you agree? Especially when it comes to the action ideas I'm about to give you. What to do with these things. So question number 1. Do you work on or in a business? The answer to that should have been yes. Do you work on or in a business? Yes. And all businesses have one main problem. It's the first person a business and their employees will have to solve in order for them to be profitable. In Grant's book, Sell or Be Sold, he teaches us that contrary to what Harvard says, businesses do not fail because they're undercapitalized. Businesses fail because they didn't sell enough at margins high enough to stay in business. Or if you want to use a business term, to keep the business solvent. Which means what? If you don't have somebody to sell something to, you're toast. You're screwed. So your biggest problem is, because it's your company's biggest problem, obscurity. Your biggest problem is obscurity because it's your company's biggest problem. If people don't know you, then they cannot do business with you. Period. That's it. So you and your company, you can't be successful without some form of outflowing prospecting. And Grant says that the solution to all problems in sales is a full pipeline. So even if you're not the greatest closer, if you've got lots of people to sell to, see where I'm going? Prospecting is everyone's job. Not just the sales department, not just the salesperson, everyone. It is everybody's responsibility to help and participate in the generation of leads and prospects that turn into sales and what? Revenue. Revenue. I like the sound of that word, revenue. So that's the first thing. Prospecting is everyone's job. Second thing, though, is that prospecting needs to be done how often? Daily. Every single day. Daily. The media, which I would argue is your biggest competition, is on a 24-hour news cycle, and they are prospecting. That 24-hour news cycle is prospecting for what? Your client and your potential client's attention. This is what you're up against. So the bottom line, a business needs traffic and a business needs opportunities. You're in a business, you work on a business, you're part of a business. And so having people talking about you and your company, people coming to see you, people for you to go to see. You need those things. Or what? You're toast. Toast! So here's the bottom line. A business needs traffic and a business needs opportunity. And prospecting, short of closing a sale, is the most valuable skill you could ever develop. Period. And the truth is this. If you are a great closer, but you got nobody to sell to, what's the point? So we may even just be able to flip around and say that prospecting is the most important and valuable business skill any person who works on or in a business should have. And this has been your Wednesday Word. Hope you got something from this. Hope you made a commitment when you're done with that to actually dial in and do some prospecting every single day for you, yourself, your business. You should always be on the lookout, forward looking for new opportunity, new prospects, new ways to do business, regardless of your position in the company. You help the company sell more, you make more. Period. That's the way that thing goes. Okay, so would you like to make more money? You have to learn how to prospect. If you need some help with that, we actually have a free trial going on right now inside Cardone University. CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone U free. That's CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone, the letter U, and the word free. 2 weeks. Just because you listen to the podcast. Okay. CardoneSolutions.com/Cardone U free. If you haven't taken advantage of that one already, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to leave you with the words of Grant Cardone, which is this: be great, because nothing else pays. Oh, and if you have a question, if you need something, if you'd like to connect with me on social, come find me over on BitCloud. This is a new social site that I just got dialed into, and I'm loving it. Way less vitriol than Twitter. A lot of creativity over there. Really awesome opportunity. BitCloud. My handle over there is @davidrbradley.com. Now I leave you with the words of Grant Cardone. Be great, because nothing else pays. I'll see you soon.